Wide shoulders are not built by the front, they are built by the side, and almost every home workout ever designed completely ignores the side. The shoulder is made up of 3 distinct heads: anterior, lateral, and posterior. The anterior head, at the front, gets trained by every push-up you've ever done, every dip, every pressing movement in your entire training history. It is almost certainly the strongest part of your shoulder right now. The problem is that the anterior head does not create visible width. It creates thickness at the front when viewed from the side. Width, the measurement that makes your shoulders look broad, your waist look narrower, and your entire upper body look like it's actually been trained, comes from the lateral head. The middle section, the one that barely gets touched by any standard bodyweight exercise, this video corrects that. 5 exercises, no equipment, and a complete 4-week program specifically designed to develop all 3 heads of the shoulder with emphasis on the lateral, the head that actually builds the width you're training for. Stay until the end, the full workout plan with every set and rep is there. But first, the one thing about shoulder training that almost nobody explains, because once you understand it, every exercise in this program makes immediate sense, and you'll see exactly why what you've been doing hasn't been producing the results you expected. The lateral deltoid has a specific mechanical requirement. It grows in response to abduction, the movement of your arm moving away from your body out to the side against resistance. It cannot be meaningfully trained with a pressing motion. It cannot be trained with a pulling motion. It requires lateral movement of the arm under load. And that is precisely what makes it almost impossible to train with standard bodyweight exercises, which are dominated entirely by pressing and pulling patterns. This is why people who train hard at home, consistent push-ups, dips, pike push-ups, can build a chest and a front shoulder without developing any visible width. The movement patterns that bodyweight training naturally produces don't touch the lateral head. The exercises in this program are specifically selected to work around that constraint. 3 of them do it by creating resistance through different means. The other 2 build the pressing foundation and the rear shoulder balance that make the lateral development look complete from every angle. Let's go. Exercise 1, the pike push-up. Start in a push-up position. Walk your feet in toward your hands until your hips are raised high and your body forms an inverted V shape. Your hands should be slightly wider than shoulder width, your head hanging between your arms, your eyes looking toward your feet. From this position, lower the top of your head toward the floor by bending your elbows flaring slightly outward, not tucking back like a standard push-up. Press back up to the starting V position. The inverted V angle shifts the pressing load away from the chest and directly onto the deltoid. Research comparing muscle activation in standard push-ups versus pike push-ups shows a significant shift toward anterior and lateral deltoid activation in the pike position, with chest involvement dropping substantially. The more vertical your body angle, the more shoulder dominant the movement becomes. 3 seconds down, 1 second pause at the bottom, press up. If the floor level version becomes easy in week 3, elevate your feet on a chair or couch to increase the angle toward vertical and intensify the shoulder demand further. Exercise 2, the decline push-up. Place your feet on a chair, couch, or any elevated surface, roughly knee to hip height, hands on the floor, slightly wider than shoulder width. Lower your chest toward the floor over 3 seconds. Press back up. The elevated foot position increases the angle of the pressing movement, which shifts muscular demand progressively from the lower chest onto the deltoid. At a 45-degree incline, the anterior and lateral deltoid are sharing the load with the chest. At steeper angles approaching vertical, the deltoid dominates. The decline push-up sits between the standard push-up and the pike push-up on that spectrum. It adds pressing volume with a different shoulder angle and recruits the upper chest and deltoid together in a way neither exercise achieves alone. Wider hand placement also increases lateral deltoid recruitment. Hands at 1.5 times shoulder width activate significantly more lateral fiber than a standard push-up grip. Before exercise 3, I need to explain what you're about to do and why it works, because it's not a conventional exercise. Most people would look at it and assume it can't possibly be effective enough to matter. The research says otherwise. Stay with me. Exercise 3, the self-resistance lateral raise. Hold your right arm straight at your side. Place your left palm flat against the outside of your right forearm. Now raise your right arm out to the side against the resistance your left hand is providing. pressing your left hand into your right arm while your right arm drives outward. Raise to shoulder height. Lower slowly over 3 seconds back to your side while maintaining the same outward pressure from the left hand. Perform all reps on one arm before switching. The resistance you create manually can be calibrated exactly to what your lateral deltoid can handle on each rep. Apply firm, consistent pressure throughout the entire movement, both on the way up and on the way down. Research on manual resistance training published in the Journal of Human Kinetics found comparable EMG activation to dumbbell lateral raises when resistance is applied consistently and deliberately. This is not a warm-up exercise. Applied properly, it is a legitimate and effective lateral deltoid stimulus. This is the exercise that builds width. Every other exercise in this program supports and surrounds it. This one directly trains the head that produces the visual outcome you're working toward. Quick question: have you ever trained your lateral deltoid deliberately? Not accidentally through pressing. Deliberately, with the specific goal of moving your arm outward against resistance. Drop yes or no in the comments. I read every single one. Exercise 4, the prone YTW. Lie face down on the floor with your arms fully extended overhead, forehead resting on the floor. Lift your arms off the floor and move them into 3 positions in sequence. Y position. Arms extended at 45 degrees above horizontal, forming a Y with your body. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower. T position. Arms extended directly out to the sides, forming a T with your body. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower. W position. Elbows bent at 90 degrees. Upper arms at shoulder height. Forearms pointing toward the floor, the shape of a W. Squeeze the back of the shoulder and your mid-traps at this position. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower. That is 1 complete YTW rep. The prone YTW targets the posterior deltoid, the rear head, along with the middle and lower trapezius. The posterior deltoid is what makes the shoulder look rounded and full from behind and from the side. Without it, the shoulder cap looks flat when viewed from any angle other than straight ahead. The YTW also directly counteracts the forward shoulder posture that hours of pressing work and desk sitting create. It pulls the shoulder blade into proper position and keeps the rotator cuff balanced. This is the exercise that makes the other 4 exercises safer and more effective by ensuring the shoulder is structurally stable enough to handle increased pressing volume. Exercise 5, the wall handstand push-up. Stand facing away from a wall. Place your hands on the floor, kick your feet up and rest them against the wall behind you. Walk your hands toward the wall until your body is as vertical as you can manage comfortably with your feet resting against the wall. Arms straight, core tight, head in a neutral position. From this position, lower the top of your head toward the floor by bending your elbows. Stop when your head is just above the floor. Press back up to straight arms. This is the most demanding overhead pressing movement available without equipment. The near vertical body position places almost the entire load on the deltoid. Chest involvement is minimal. If the full version is not yet accessible in week 1, begin with a static hold in the inverted position for 20 to 30 seconds per set, building the shoulder stability needed to progress to the full pressing movement by weeks 3 and 4. Here is your complete 4-week program. Perform this workout 3 times per week with at least 1 rest day between sessions. Exercise: Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4. Pike push-up, 3 sets times 8 reps, 3 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps. Decline push-up, 3 sets times 10 reps, 3 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps, 4 sets times 15 reps. Self-resistance lateral raise, 3 sets times 12 reps per arm, 3 sets times 15 reps per arm, 4 sets times 15 reps per arm, 4 sets times 20 reps per arm. Prone YTW, 3 sets times 8 reps, 3 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 10 reps, 4 sets times 12 reps. Wall handstand push-up, 3 sets times 5 reps, 3 sets times 6 reps, 4 sets times 6 reps, 4 sets times 8 reps. Rest between sets, 60 seconds in weeks 1 and 2, 45 seconds in weeks 3 and 4. Front, side, rear, all three heads train directly in proportion. The anterior through pressing, the lateral through resistance, the posterior through the YTW width comes from developing all three together, not from doing more of what you were already doing.